Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky15, where I'll be giving you my each way Lucky15 predictions as usual for tomorrow's horse racing action. Well, it wasn't a bad weekend for us in the end. Saturday we didn't have a bad day on each way Lucky15 predictions here on YouTube. We had a winner with Monarch's Glen. We got that at the earlier price at 6-1. And then also as well in the big race of the day for punters, which was the Cesarovic, I should say, if I can pronounce that right. Lualiwa we put up and it finished in 4th place, and with bookmakers paying out like 6, 7, 8 places in the end. That wasn't a bad selection there at 16-1. But the big gamble in the race was Withhold, ridden by Sylvester de Souza for Roger Charlton. And luckily I did that one earlier in the day on a separate bet. Got it at 10-1. Its final SP was 5-1. So there was a lot of people celebrating with their winnings on that one. I was tipping it up to actually a few friends afterwards actually, and they thanked me for that one. So yeah, it was a good day for us on Saturday. I'm sorry I didn't make any each way Lucky15 predictions for today's racing. I didn't really feel very well last night. I came down a bit with like a heavy cold, so please forgive me. But I did do a few selections this morning on the load a lot. Our nap won Ballyocean at 6-1 in the end. The final SP, when I put it up, it was 7-2. So there was obviously a bit of lacking market support for it, but it went off at 6-1 and won very comfortably in the end, and it was a nice performance by that one, and I think that horse could definitely be one to keep in your tracker for future races. And then we did a Paul Nicholls runner in the Persian Moor, Moor Danute, which actually finished second at 7-1 in the end behind the Fergal O'Brien horse ridden by Paddy Brennan. It was a nice gritty performance by that horse. I think it was called Poetic Rhythm. But yeah, it really kept on well to win that race, and I think that particular renewal of the Persian Moor could bring out a few good horses from it. I know the Colin Tizard one is rated to be a good horse, the one that finished in 3rd. But like I said as well, there was a few other good horses in that race that could potentially come on for their seasonal reappearances, and a few superstars maybe as we get to the Cheltenham Festival, which we're already mentioning now with still 6 months to go, that could maybe emerge. So it was quite an exciting weekend really, away from like the betting side. The entertainment side of the horse racing was good, some good group racing action on the flat, and also the national hunt season really starting to get underway now. For many people, this weekend is kind of like when the national hunt is starting to really take over the flat now. Okay, we've still got the Champions Day at Ascot, which will be really exciting, and I'll look forward to getting into next week. But yeah, it's starting to die down now, and we're getting to the dying embers now. But there are some good flat meetings on tomorrow, and it's all flat tomorrow, just 3 meetings domestically, and we'll be selecting horses from each one of them. And actually the first one we're going to be getting stuck in tomorrow is actually at Windsor in the 2:30 with a horse called Jus Pires. It's currently 11-2 bookmakers at the moment. It's trained by Jeremy Nacida, and Sean Levy takes the ride tomorrow. This one's making its handicap debut off a mark of 82. Been off the scene for a little while, where it won a maiden at Kempton back in mid-August in good style, and a few subsequent winners have come out of that race, and a few good rated horses have been in that maiden as well. This horse as well is still very lightly raced, it's still unexposed. Jeremy Nacida as well has got not a bad record at sending his horses to Windsor, and I thought that this horse at 11-2 with a mark of 82 and receipt of weight as well could potentially do okay in the race, and wasn't a bad one to be starting off each way there as our first selection. So 11-2 I thought wasn't a bad price there, so that's going to be our first one. Our second one sees us then go up to Scotland to Musselburgh with a horse that we have done before, but I think this horse has got a very good chance tomorrow. It's called Lualiwa. It's round about 6-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Kevin Ryan, and Kevin Stott will be taking the ride tomorrow. This horse has been running its last 2 runs at Ascot, where it's putting some good performances in a lot more competitive races than it's racing in tomorrow. So the kind of lower calibre of horses, but they're still good rated horses, should be more of a strength for it tomorrow, because it's been running against horses rated well over 100 in those handicaps at Ascot and giving them a run for their money. Also as well, it's going to be nicely weighted as well tomorrow, still getting a £3 allowance in receipt of a little bit of weight compared to its other rivals. It's very versatile on all the ground as well, so if it's slightly soft, that doesn't mind it at all. In fact, I believe it's 1 on soft, and even if it's a bit firmer, again, no problems really. It's kind of an all-rounder on the ground, and I thought 6-1 was definitely a good price there to be backing each way, because I can see this one making the frame, and it's going to be my second selection tomorrow in the 250 at Musselburgh. The nap for tomorrow is at Yarmouth in the 310 in a listed race there, the only listed race I believe domestically tomorrow, with a horse called Alijeezra. We have done it before here on the channel actually, where it finished second in a Group 2 last time, and that's when we did do it. Second at Doncaster, like I said, in the Group 2, where it nearly won that day, stepping up in trip, and it was a very good performance. It also run quite well promisingly back at York. It's trained by Lualiwa. Frankie Dettori takes the ride tomorrow. I think it might be Frankie's only ride on the card, but I thought, again, kind of very versatile with all types of ground. Definitely probably the least unexposed horse in the race, or at least the best on paper anyway, bringing in the best bit of form. There are maybe a couple of other rivals like Dubka. I also know, I think the Queen's got a runner in there tomorrow as well that could be interesting. I think Jim Crowley might be riding that one, so they could be the potential dangers. But I thought it really at 7-4 Alijeezra really should be winning this race with the form that it's shown so far. Also as well, it's been kind of maybe a long-term project as well, and I thought at 7-4 that could be a lot shorter tomorrow. Could maybe be evens by the time people maybe look at the racing, and as we get nearer to the races and people fancy it. So yeah, that's going to be my nap there tomorrow, and hopefully that one can give us a win there. Our last selection tomorrow is actually our long shot, going back to Windsor in the 430 with a horse called Bahamian Dollar. It's around about 12-1 with bookmakers at the moment. It's trained by David Evans, who's actually got not a bad record at Windsor, and apprentice jockey Catherine Glenister, using her £7 claim, will be taking that off tomorrow. And this horse, it is rated off 80, and it has won off this mark before back here at Windsor in the summer, and with it in the receipt of weight thanks to that £7 claim. Also as well, it's dropping back in class as well after running against better rated horses. It's kind of probably in a better level of racing tomorrow, and even if it doesn't win, you know, I could definitely see it making the frame, and it could be maybe the one that punters want to go in for in that race tomorrow when they start looking at the facts and the figures behind all these horses. And I thought 12-1 was definitely an attractive price for me to make it into the frame tomorrow in that race there at Windsor. So that's my last selection there. I won't be doing a lot tomorrow on Twitter, because to be honest there wasn't a lot else that I fancied out there tomorrow, so there's nothing really else out there really that I might fancy to put together away from the Each Way Lucky 15. If you wanted to do them as a single, double, treble, up to you. So yeah, don't watch out for that tomorrow. And also as well, I've got a busy day at university tomorrow, so yes, I won't have time to make it in the morning. So yeah, so that's all I've got to say really. Hopefully we can have a good day tomorrow with like the dying embers now at the flat season, and the jump season will be taken over in the next couple of weeks or so, where we'll be getting more in familiar ground, if I'm honest. Like I said when I created this channel back in March, April time, I'm more of a national hunt guy. I've never really taken a keen eye until this year on flat racing, even though we had a lot of fun, and I've done quite a bit of work on flat racing now with my experience on BBC local radio and things like that. So I have actually been kind of like a guru expert, as it were, on flat racing, and I've really enjoyed it. You know, it's been a real education this year, and I haven't always got the winners, but I just give it my best shot, you know. And at the end of the day, this is just a bit of fun where I've tried to gain experience really to help me get my career path of hopefully being a proper professional horse racing journalist in the future. So thanks for your amazing support so far, and we're going to be continuing with this channel for as long as I want to do it, so we're not going to be stopping anytime soon. So please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also as well, please follow us on Twitter at Lucky15. Also like the videos as well for more horse racing daily content. Also as well, leave your comments in the comments box below if you've got any predictions that you might think run well tomorrow. So yeah, so that's all I've got to say. Hopefully we can have a good day tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.